So you may ask yourself, what are we doing? Why are we walking, stooping around? Why are we doing all this crazy stuff, Hank? Where are you going? What's happening? Today is project day because the sun's nice. Feels pretty good. And our project today, we're taking that and we're gonna set it back here inside my garage. Why? Because that is my water filtration and water softener. And it's gonna go right there. Why am I mounting it there, you might ask? Well, this big old box that's over there, sitting on this awesome wagon. Inside here, you'll see there's the water softener and the 2 water filters. Inside this box, it's great. I can keep it nice and warm. We've got the heat tape inside of it, and it's on a cart that we can move. However, the cart's what we use for Pumbaa whenever he doesn't want to walk. In order to do this, I've got to come from here, which is my water inlet, up inside here, through that mess, which I'm going to get to how we're going to do that. And the plan is to either come shielded down here along the bottom, which I'm leaning towards, over into here, where you see I've already taken the panel out, and I already took the panel off the other one. And then it's going to go through here, my garage. So that's how I can get into everything that we need to do. So that's going to be the plan. It's going to be fun. All right. So, what you guys have not seen so far. Bought this nifty tool called the Pex Clamp Remover Tool. Yeah, if you finagle with it, it'll work. I'll show you later on when I do some other stuff. In fact, I'll probably just do a clip here and show you what I did. But inside here, you can barely see it right here, but this line I'm touching right there, that was the one that used to point down over that way at the intake valve. So I thought I had to remove that whole thing, but it turns out I had enough room that all I really had to do was just take a clamp off of it. I'm going to put this one back on here, and I need to put another one back on the bottom there after I cut it off, which is no bueno. But more on that as we get going. Worst case scenario, if I have to, I'll cut the thing off and we'll just add a new line on there in another area, which may end up being what I do anyway. So I don't know, more to follow. But that's the update. We're gonna get this through here. We're gonna run 2 lines down here, through over that way, and then start going. Once we get through here and into the other side, should go fairly quickly. This is just the rat's nest. So more. All right. So as we talked earlier about Pex, so Pex is really simple. This is one of my connections I gotta have. All right. So this connection is a bolted connection, goes to that brass fitting I showed you earlier. Right. And then this line right here is the flat end connection, comes in here. Now on all your Pex fittings, there's always a little groove. On this one here, it happens to be just inside right there. I don't know if you can still see that edge right there with my hands in the way or not, but that top ridge right there is what it goes on to. And with that, all you're gonna do, slide up to the very edge. Then you wanna be about 1/8 inch off, right? From the edge of your Pex line. So somewhere between 1/16 and 1/8, you're good. Then you get your crimper. So the crimper right here, I don't know if you can see it or not because of the light, but it squeezes forward and it ratchets down for you, which is good because if you're like me, you know, I am not a He-Man type dude. So I'm going to use the hand here to hold it. And I'm also going to use the rig itself to brace off of, but then you just get slowly and you'll hear it start to ratchet on and you'll feel it. And you just go until you can see it start to compress. And that is a crimped on Pex fitting. This came as part of a kit that I got with those crimpers and some other stuff like that off Amazon. We'll throw a link down to what we spent on it, and it was like 15 bucks. All you do is you line up, this edge here is flat, so you line it up flat there on the edge, as you can see, and then all I'm going to do is take that razor knife that's attached to it, squeeze, and it makes a flat connection, which is what you need. Other than that, we are going to get back to making sure that we are done with this shortly. See you in a few. Yeah, so open transparency. Check, and double check when you're in the parts store that you got all the stuff you needed. Show you why. I got all my brackets I needed. Got my straight edges I needed. I even got stuff I didn't need. my 90 degrees, I left them. So back to the store we go to get some more. Yeah, buddy, tell you what. So we are back. Got the 90-degree ones. Also found some other stuff. So other things that'll help me out as I'm going through. Got me some cable clamp holders and stuff like that. And some Sharky bites. The Sharky bites are pretty cool. So these Sharky bites allow me to hook into a garden hose, whereas I have these other things that I already bought me to hook into a water heater, which is the same size hose off the Pex, so that way I can wire all this stuff in, and this bends a whole lot easier than all the rest of the stuff. So we're good. Fun stuff. Got all the stuff. Now it's time to get back to work. Ah, got work. See, this is RV work for you. Small cramped spaces. They're a pain in the butt to get into from time to time. Fun with Hank as he's working, trying to do stuff. Wow. What will he think of next? I don't know. I got my lines run through here. As you can see, got all these coming in. These are the Pex lines underneath. Coming out of the inside of there. We'll show you inside there once we get that done. This runs in right here, as you can see, is running in for intake and return. So now I'm heading back in the garage because I gotta clip and bolt some stuff together here. And let's see if we can make it work for you to watch what I'm doing. This one right here is my intake hose. So now I attach this on here, right? As you can see, looking at this, you're probably like, well, what the hell? That's a lot of extra hose. Okay, well, as you look back here at what all I have right now, I have all the stuff in. Before I sink it to the wall, I want to make sure that it works. So I'm gonna get it all plumbed first. Before I sink it to the wall, shorten up hoses and do all this stuff like to make it look pretty, I want to test it first. For those of you guys may be wondering, why am I using garden hose instead of Pex to get it all in? Well, the Pex line, you have to make sure that you go through and sanitize once a year. Hoses, you want to change out every 5 to 6 months with all the stuff that's going on because of the fact that they could get moldy and sediment and stuff in them. For me, it's easier to change out some 3 to 4 foot sections of hose than it is to try and sanitize all of the pipe work that goes to my filters that I don't want to have to sanitize. The stuff on the other side, I can simply sanitize because I just take it off at the pipes that I have sitting right there, open those up, and those can be sanitized. That makes it easier. And then with these hoses, rather than having to worry about, you know, taking all the filters off and re-cleaning everything and setting all this weird, crazy stuff up to sanitize it all you gotta do is pop the garden hoses off and then I'm sanitized, because the other stuff on the inside stays sanitized from all the filters and all the other stuff. And I just have to worry about the little garden hoses right here, which is the most susceptible. As I'm changing out filters, I change out the filters probably I change the filters every 45 days. So every 90 days, change out hoses. Not that big deal. So we're working on the last section of this right now. So I gotta connect this right here up to this right here, and then I gotta test it to make sure I plumbed it correctly. I just gotta make sure I hook up all my lines and freaking crimp them all down and do all that fun stuff. So now comes the fun part of all that stuff, working with the crimpy and the snippy. But it is what it is, right? 2, 3, got it. So you guys get to watch me as I try and do this last little part. Now the biggest thing with Pex is you got to remember you cannot bend off or kink the hose at all. If you do, you're screwed. Got the mama here, having fun. Not the mama.
Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama.
Not the mama. Mama.
Not the mama.
Good TV show. So we got everything set up in here, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let Mama take this and film what she's looking at as I'm showing her stuff. So hand this off to Mom.
Oh, he's handing stuff off.
Like we get the hose.
He's getting hosed.
We got hosed, Tommy. We got hosed.
Ooh. So what I'm gonna do really quick is I'm gonna settle this back in to go to the other stuff to go run through there. Once you go stand in the garage and with the walkie-walkie, right, testy, yeah, we're good. Tell me if there's a leak in there.
There's a leak in the boat!
Ready for the test?
Ow!
Okay. Ah! Turn off! Off! Flood in the... Flood in the hell is this?
Where did it leak from?
From the connection.
This right here?
No.
Yeah.
Well, that too. The other one as well.
They both sprayed?
Yeah.
Out of the hoses?
Yes.
What the hell am I supposed to do?
Lesson learned. At the Home Depot, these are, I like to say, 3/4 inch fittings. However, CSST for your washer and dryer hoses have a different thread pattern than what you do for your normal garden hose pattern. Lesson learned, $13 spent that was wasted. Now you don't have to make that mistake. We'll do the testy and we'll see what works.
Okay, I am in position.
I'm gonna come in gradually.
You said that last time. And we got water. The white hose coming in and at the filters.
So the shark bites aren't working.
I will send you to Jesus.
The filters too? Just because I take it out of the box and it goes to shit. Shark bites.
Emotional damage! Where's the therapy button?
Numerous lessons learned today. First and foremost, always make sure you have all your stuff. Because if you don't have all your stuff, when you go to buy stuff and set stuff up, take 3 runs back to the store like this dude did. Second off, make sure the right equipment. Don't just listen to the guy at the store because he thinks he knows what's going on. Just double check. And it'll save you some time. Other than that, some new tools that worked fairly decent. Some tools that didn't work really decent but did the job. We'll review on all those. Everything looks fairly clean now. I just gotta button it all back up, put all the crap away that's out in the yard before it gets dark. So this has been fixing the This has been the Fix It, well, yeah, before it gets dark. This has been Handy Hank time, fixing up what's going on. What's going on in your world? I'm frustrated. I'm tired. I got a water pump to install. See ya.